Australian music takes on the world, even if it was in short pants. At the end of this fabulous century, groups like AC/DC and INXS have followed the score of a long line of successful Aussie musical exports, from the Bee Gees to LRB and, of course, our Kylie. But it wasn't always so. In the days before digital and stadium extravaganzas and CDs, before TV and even radio, a nice night's entertainment went a little like this. But perhaps the act we loved more than any other was a bunch of four charming, if slightly nerdy singers from Sweden. Like peaceful Vikings in flared trousers, they came, they saw, and they conquered.
I was never cool anyway. I always said, yay, Abba. I loved them. I thought they made the best, glossiest, crispest, most sort of impeccably produced pop records of the 70s. And in that, they probably borrowed a little from the Beatles, because they really understood the dynamics of pop music. They left behind a lot of great tracks.
Abba was the perfect money-making machine, loved by the kids and secretly quite liked by the oldies. Their Scandinavian get-up simply sparkled on our brand new colour TVs. But if TV had taken over where radio left off, there was much more to the story. Live music was fighting back. By the 70s, TV was a towering force in the music scene. And one show, indeed, towered above all the others.
They bounce with rock and roll, and it's Rose Tattoo with Big Bad Boy, Go Angry!
Never has one television show had so much power to make and break reputations.
One of the great things it did for Rose Tattoo, actually, for our outlaw notoriety, was that we were the only band, and still to this day remain the only band, that was actually banned from Countdown for life. And so that stamped us for history.
It's a badge of honour if ever there was one.
Indeed, indeed. And wear it very proudly.
But if the tats were a touch too threatening for family TV, then it was in the pubs that the bands could really let their hair down, if they had any. Here were born legendary acts like Midnight Oil and even INXS.
In Australia, it was quite unique with the pub scene because it was such a lively setup. There were lots of bands, lots of competition. I think it really pushed bands and musicians to be really good.
In fact, they'd become so good that they'd burst beyond the local hostelry and onto the concert stages and arenas of the world. While pubs these days may echo to the sounds of pokies rather than a pumped-up PA, they were an important part of the great Australian story of rock and roll.
I realize something I've always...
So, whether it's a soul-stirring rendition sung by an expat,
I still call Australia home. Sang as he watched and waited till he...
or Slim serenading a pub full of patriots, or the voice of a new generation still in touch with this country's heart, is that elusive sound of Australia perhaps closer than we think?
Well, there is such a thing as an Australian sound. There's an accent, there are birds in trees, there are currawongs and kookaburras, there's waves breaking on beaches, there's the sound of, pubs and doors slamming and what have you.